Hi everybody, this is Traci Cornelius. Just going to be going through one of the most simplest recipes for making fairy cakes. It's Nevaeh's birthday tomorrow, so of course that means all the children in her class are going to be needing cakes for tomorrow. So here are the ingredients. Like I said, this is one of the simplest recipes and it's so easy to remember. So because I've got a number of cakes to make, obviously there's quite a few children, I actually have 300 grams of self-raising flour, 300 grams of margarine, you can use butter if you prefer, 300 grams of caster sugar and 6 eggs. If you don't need to make the same quantity as myself, it's really easy. You just need 100 grams of self-raising flour, 100 grams of margarine or butter, 100 grams of caster sugar, 2 eggs. So you just basically use that recipe and quadruple it or double it or whatever it is for the amount of cakes that you particularly need. I'm estimating that this should make probably about 45 cakes. So the first thing that we're going to need to do, as normal, is to cream our margarine and sugar together. I'm using a mixer. You can use whichever preferred method you would like. So we're going to keep mixing that together until it's really light and fluffy, as you can see. So that's a pretty good consistency. Then we want to add our eggs. Now when it comes to eggs, there's a couple of different things to bear in mind. First of all, if you prefer, you can beat your eggs beforehand and then add the quantity little by little while the mixer is still moving around. If you have been keeping your eggs in the fridge, then I highly recommend you leaving them out for a while until they get to room temperature. The reason that a cake mix can curdle is if you have eggs that are too cold, excuse me, but also if you have added the eggs a little bit too quickly. So you really do want to do this a little bit at a time as the mixture is still going around and round. And that's one of the reasons why I prefer to use one of these mixers as opposed to a hand mixer, because it means obviously I have both hands free. Okay, so far we've added 2 of the eggs in, and you can see it's getting a really nice consistency. You can see that the rest of the eggs are here. Now, I was going to give you another little tip. If you do start to see that your mixture is curdling, then the way to rectify it is just add a little bit of flour, mix it round, and then continue to add the egg slowly, and that will also help to rescue the mixture. So I've now changed the attachment to a bit more of a kind of whisk, and I'm just adding the flour in little by little. You can sieve it in, or you can just shake it in, it's entirely up to you. And then we're just going to do that, again like I said, little by little until we've put in all of the flour mixture in there as well. So we've got this all mixed together. At this point in time, if you want to add flavouring or chocolate chips or anything else like that, then go ahead and do so. I'm going to be using some Madagascar vanilla bean paste, one of my favourite things to add to cakes and biscuits, that type of thing. So it's going to be a fairly simple recipe, just purely because obviously with so many children, you're not quite sure what they like. So the simpler the better in this instance. Once all your mixture is done, you can just pop it into your cake cases. As you can see, I've already gone ahead and put in a batch now. Then you want to put these into the oven at 190 degrees Celsius, about a gas mark 5. I'm not 100% sure what that is in Fahrenheit, but you want this to be for about 10-15 minutes, and do keep an eye on it. You don't want them to go too brown. You want them a really nice kind of golden colour, and then that should be perfect. So just taking these ones out of the oven, you'll always be able to tell if they are cooked, just carefully, because don't forget these are very hot. If you press down, it should just jump and be really springy back up. So just leave them for maybe a minute or 2 minutes, and then you can transfer them to a cooling rack. So once everything's cooled, you can decorate them as you wish. For these ones, I have used some royal icing, which I've cut into snowflakes because we're still very much on a frozen theme in our household, and then put some sprinkles all along the top. Some of them, as you can see, are clear, and then we've got blue and pink, and as I mentioned, these are for all the children in Nevaeh's class for tomorrow. So like I mentioned, it's a really super quick, super easy recipe, and it's an easy one to remember. It's not one that you're gonna have to, you know, write down and have lots of different things too, but it's also very, very easy to duplicate, to make more of, to make less of. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you do, please do give it a thumbs up and a subscribe, and do check out my blog for more information with regards to the ingredients and the recipe and everything else. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. Bye.